What up, everybody? It's Coach Ron from the platform Orlando, and I have another special guest with us here today. This guy is 7-0, 64 for 95. That's 67.4%, 1,258 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, only two interceptions, which is crazy to throw the ball that much, only have two interceptions. I'm sure he really wants those back, too.
Yes, sir.
141.1 QBR, 24 rushes for 206 yards, six touchdowns on the ground, which is a lot in 7 games. And he only plays 17 quarters, so that's crazy. I'm talking about from Zephyrhills High School, Patrick Harding. How we doing, sir?
Good, good, good. Can't wait to be here.
Yeah, so you guys got a big one coming up this week. How's the preparation going so far?
Yes, sir. We've been locked in. Just a lot of tempo because they run a lot of tempo. But yeah, I think we match up very well. We've been preparing for this for a couple weeks now. Coach is he's a film geek, so he's go text me, he's gonna call me late at night. But yeah, we've been preparing and we want to make a statement game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The head coach, is he the offensive coordinator, or how's that?
Yes, sir, he is. Coach Carroll, he does the he leaves defense to Coach Smith. That's the guy he brought in for and he wanted to be the DC for a while, but yeah, he's an offensive mind coach for sure.
And I'm watching your highlights. You guys have multiple formations. You're under center. You got wings. You got spread. You got trips. You guys run a great offensive scheme, and really the at the helm is you. I mean, you're making some amazing passes. We'll get into the some of the stuff you put together, but I mean, you're offensive coordinator slash head coach. With you, I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job and putting up
Yes,
numbers and
sir.
just the formations. I noticed that, so it's an awesome job. But let's get into you first. So let's talk about a little mindset when it comes to playing quarterback. So when you line up under center, what's going through your head before the snap?
Yeah, I'm thinking for me, I try not to get too much in the pressure side of things. I try to just keep it on things that I can control. So yeah, before snap, I'm thinking where I'm going with the ball, my footwork, and everything like that. And normally it takes care of the rest. I mean, if a play breaks down or anything like that, it's kind of instinct at that point. And I started to grow that as a player, is just having that instinct when a play breaks down, knowing what to do and not making a negative play and turning it into a highlight, really.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I noticed when I was watching your game is you might not be real familiar with Tony Romo's game, the younger Tony Romo, how he'd get free rushers coming on him all the time, and he's just like it's like he has eyes in the back of his head, how he's just dodging these defenders,
Yes,
making
sir.
crazy passes down the field. It's not like it's a check down; he's getting the ball down the field. So, have you always had that kind of pocket awareness and just like innate sense that people are around you?
Yes, sir. I felt like it's definitely gained from just some terrible mistakes, and I feel like that's always how good football players come about. Is just, man, there's been guys who they've been through some bad situation. I feel like for me, that's definitely been the case, and just starting to feel like pressure from blind sides, like getting killed one play on blind side. Definitely when I was younger, I was getting killed on my blind side, so I really started realizing how to feel the pressure and what plays are really they're going to be there.
Right. You talk about your head coach being a film junkie. Does that translate to you? Do you watch a lot of film on the defenses and a lot of film on yourself?
Yes, sir. I try to take after him. I try to watch as much film as possible, especially in the big weeks coming. I try to watch as much film as possible. This week alone, I think I'm at like 6 or 7 hours of film, and my coach holds us to a high standard too on that. Like just before the weekend, he's talking about 2 hours of film minimum when you go in, and if not, he has a little thing called bones. It's just basically up downs, but yeah. So anytime you don't go and watching film, on Monday you're gonna be doing bones.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, you guys use Huddle,
Yes, sir.
so you can see he can see the Huddle hours and all the time that you put in and on the
Yes, sir.
film. It's just, I mean, the way I look at it is the answers are on for the test are there. The defenses, that they're going to run very similar stuff. Obviously, you're looking at what they line up against similar things, how you line up. So, I mean,
Yes,
is
sir.
how has your film study grown? Just you said you put in a lot of hours. You got school and practice and all that. So, how's it grown? Just the understanding of how important it is over the years of you playing quarterback.
Yes, sir. So I used to just look at film and just think of it like who's the bad player on the team, who's the guy we can go pick at, and I still do look at that. But now I feel like with the help of obviously my head coach now and my quarterback coach, Coach Slack, he started to really help me break down film. And one thing I like to look at fronts. I like to look at how they're sending pressure a lot of times because it's really going to tell me how I'm going to get out if a play breaks down, and that really helps that instinct going into it. Then I like to look at just like their base formation. I like to go in and see if they play two high or one high or just straight man. And that's a big thing that's grown, I feel like, in my game, probably the most out of anything, and really helping me get the ball downfield in those situations like you were talking about.
Yeah, and I can tell. I was looking at, like I said, looking at your highlights and stuff, and you can tell when it's clicking for a quarterback because you're throwing the ball before the receiver is open because you know
Yes,
where to
sir.
go with it, right? Like it's you can tell you're winding up in your motion, and the guy's still covered at that point. So
Yes, sir.
how has that grown? I mean, that's quarterback IQ. You can tell that you're very comfortable in your scheme, but how has that process grown? Because a lot of quarterbacks want to wait till someone's open to throw it.
Yeah. So a big thing that me and my quarterback coach and during 7-on-7 season when I first started getting with my team is we worked on a lot of anticipation throws. And one big thing I went through is just keys, like reading my guys. And I mean, what my coach likes to say is that the hips don't lie and coverages don't lie, safeties don't lie, and hips don't lie. So one thing I like to do is like on those big posts that my coach says 9 times out of 10 he's going to be covered. That safety is going to drop his hips, go back in the zone. But that one time you got it to be a great quarterback. The one time you got to anticipate that throw, and I feel like that's a big thing I've done way better this year is just see their hip angles and know when a receiver's going to be open.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see it. And one of the most impressive throws on your highlight, it's like in the middle of it. It's like a back shoulder throw you made for a touchdown. The receiver's not even close to being in his break. And it's a pretty decent size and length and throw, 'cause I think you're almost on the opposite hash.
But yes,
Or
sir.
maybe you're in the middle, but you're throwing it before he's even in his break and he comes back.
Yes,
I mean, it's
sir.
just a beautiful play. Just talk about the timing with your receivers. What does it take to build that up?
Yeah, it just takes a lot of reps for sure. I mean, coming into the season, I'm coming into a new team. I'm coming into a new system. So one thing I wanted to build up is just that anticipation, and I want to play like I've been playing with these guys for about 10 years. And so one thing we did is me, Nyan, Kingston, Rowe, Yari, those are our main guys during off season. All the time we're meeting up to throw. All the time we're doing one-on-ones. I want to see how they break, how they get out, how fast they are, especially like one thing I've noticed, especially during the season, is like some guys in certain routes will break way faster. Like Nine can get out of a comeback like way quicker than a lot of our guys, but then we have Keekson on these out routes who's getting wide open, Niari on deep balls. So a big thing is just seeing the differences between them and knowing when I'm throwing to which one is when the time is going to be there. And I feel like my guys have done a great job just preparing for that in general.
Man, that's great stuff. I love how you broke down three or four receivers and just their tendencies. I mean, you think I'm a huge Cowboys fan, so I'll go back to Dak Prescott. I mean, I always watch Cowboys games, so it's just one of those
Yes,
things that
sir.
he's always. I mean, quarterbacks do all the time. They throw with their receivers in the offseason for those moments, just like what you're talking about. I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's all, and you could see that happening, playing out on the field. Correct? Like you see your receiver, like, hey,
Yes,
oh, he's
sir.
about to break here.
Yeah,
Man, that's
100%.
just that's a great feeling, right?
Yes, sir. 100%. I mean, I feel like a big thing too is just like those big situations. I can know who's really going to be open. A lot of times, one thing we went through is never doing pre-snap reads, but just having pre-snap hints. So like, if I see Diori one on one with a guy who I feel like can't guard him deep, I'm gonna look there first, and I'm gonna be on his thing. And I feel like just growing through the season on anticipation, it's been helping my stress levels a lot. So like, just knowing like, oh, we got DR one on one, I nothing to worry about this play, basically.
That's all, man. You got me fired. I want to watch the game on
Yes,
Friday
sir.
now. I mean, just
Yes,
I just
sir.
I love when people are just they take pride in their craft and they really work at it. You can tell on the field and you can tell by talking to you that you don't just you actually do this. I mean, you're not just hey, I'm a good athlete, I can make
Yes,
plays.
sir.
You're studying, you're putting in the work. So when did you realize that you can actually be great at this?
Um, I feel like, man, self confidence. I feel like has definitely been a huge growth pattern for me in just this past summer and the year. I feel like a lot of times, early in my career, I had a lot of flashes of just good throws and good reads and stuff, but so much going against me that it didn't really click for me until really just like the first, like honestly, like the first tournament of 7-on-7 this year when we were beating, like we played this really good team out of Georgia who was supposed to go wipe the tournament, and we wiped the floor with them. And just seeing that I can connect with these guys and we can really be a great team. It's really been a great growth process and a great realization. We just got to stay humble and keep going.
Yeah, definitely. And So 7-on-7, a lot of times, for people that don't really understand a lot of it, they think it's just out there, you're just playing around. But obviously, you took it
Hmm.
very serious. What did you
Yes,
gain
sir.
from? I mean, obviously, quarterback, receivers, DBs, linebackers, running backs, it helps out so much. But what did you gain from the 7-on-7 specifically?
Yeah, I feel like going into a new system that I didn't really know the plays completely, if I'm honest, when we went to 7-on-7 and things like that, seeing what's going through the coach's mind when he's calling that. I mean, our I give a lot of props to our head coach, Coach Carroll, because he's an offensive mind. But when I first got in here, I didn't know why he would call some plays. He would show me leverage in 7-on-7. It would just all make it would start clicking. And especially with the athletes that we had, he would do certain play calls just to get guys isolated and things like that. So I feel like the biggest thing takeaway of 7-on-7 is just to see how my offensive coordinator is really dialing things up and why he's doing it. Because I feel like the best systems are the ones where the OC, the people calling the plays, and the quarterback are completely in touch. And I feel like, especially now in the season, that we're pretty locked in.
Yeah, I mean that relationship between OC and quarterback has to be, you have to know what he's thinking, when he's thinking it, and why he's calling something. That's
100%.
the biggest thing, right? It's the why. And again, I'm gonna go back to the Cowboys. I mentioned the Cowboys all day, so
Yes,
I'll
sir.
try not to mention them that much anymore. But Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach, was talking about uh, how he goes, and this is NFL, right? He gives the players the why to the plays, because if you understand why and what you're looking for, the play's going to work, because obviously you know where the
Yes,
plays are
sir.
going. I mean, I feel like, and you can make plays on any defense. Is that how you feel? Like, hey, if we
100%.
do what we're supposed to do, we can score every possession.
Yes, sir. I feel like, especially going into this week, that's something that's been a big mindset thing for me. Like our coach says in the huddle, he's like, they're gonna have to play us. And I feel like when when we're dialed in and all the things are clicking and our offense is locked in, especially with the preparation that we've had this week, that man, I don't think anybody can stop us if we do our things right. It's really us against us.
Yeah, definitely. And what I like to tell quarterbacks and even receivers is that with the good quarterbacks is that someone's always you're always open, right? It's just a perfect throw can get someone open, right? A
Yes,
perfect
sir.
throw, like
100%.
no one's never really truly covered it, because you're throwing the ball where you want it to go. Whether it's
Yes, sir.
you're putting some air on it, you're putting it low, like you're back shouldering, like you can throw almost to anybody. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? So
sir.
is that your mindset?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
hey, I'm gonna
Yeah,
make the perfect throw.
that's definitely grown for me, especially just seeing the playmakers we have on our team. Like, I feel like a big person who started growing with me in that scenario is just Kingston, because man, when I'll be under pressure in the pocket, and I feel like Kingston is never guarded, and I feel like a lot of our receivers are like that, but him just in general in his scramble drill. He's probably one of the best receivers I ever played with. Where in the scramble drill, he's always open. I mean, the dude will hit the meanest move when nothing is there. So I mean, it's really nice having a guy like that on the team. But like you were saying, like if you put a good ball on anybody, nobody's open. Nobody's ever covering
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's crazy. And for me, so a lot of the younger quarterbacks, and I'll let you to kind of describe your mindset on it, but the windows of what is truly open. Like some
Yes,
people
sir.
think, hey, 3 yards is open. Yeah, well, 2 yards is really wide open if you think about it.
Yes,
The
sir.
windows just get
Yeah,
tighter and tighter. Have you
a hundred
noticed that you
percent.
throw more into what people would consider a tight window, but may not necessarily be a tight window?
Yes, sir. And I feel like a big thing to understand that in Windows is just the play concept and why you're running it. Going back to like so I've had so many throws this season that will be a crazy tight window, but I mean we repped it all week and we seen the same window over and over, and it's not just some little fluke that happens once in a while and a great throw. It's literally just like the plays concept has to be there. And the only reason we're running it is because it's there and the coach saw it was there. So I mean, like if you go on my film, one of the last plays I throw, we had a corner concept and then two in a pick route, and I bullet like the corner right in between two people, and I've heard from a lot of coaches just saying, man, that's a tight throw, but I mean, all practice when we seen the safety inside leverage and tight, like we're bullying the ball in there, and I mean that's just a big thing that I've grown knowing Coach Carroll and knowing the offense we run, but it's really exciting to see and make those throws.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's a fine line, right? So for me, a tight window throw is, I mean, even a yard. It just depends on the quarterback. It depends on the angle that you're making the throw. It depends on just how, just there's just a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
concepts to it. How do you balance making a throw, tight window throw, with taking care of the football? Obviously, the ball is the most important part of the game, and you've only had two interceptions, so I mean that number is like super low. So how do you balance those two?
Yes, sir. So obviously personnel for me, like if I see Niam one on one with a guy who I don't think can cover him and I'm throwing the ball up, I don't think that's a bad decision. And normally there's a reason I only have 2 interceptions and I've thrown the ball up a lot tonight is because I trust the guy. And I mean, a lot of people will say like, oh, fade on a guy, press coverage is not a good throw, but I mean personnel is everything. And I feel like just knowing personnel and also going back to knowing the play concept and running it over and over, I feel like I can definitely tell when's a risky throw and when's not.
Right, right. So how post game? Let's discuss a little bit about how your coaches do they go study film with you by yourself first to kind of give you some one on one stuff, or do they study with the team? Like, how does that work with film study?
Yes, sir. So before the season and everything, coaches kind of broke it down like what he wants me to look at, what he wants the team to look at, and we go into each individual skill group and coaches going through all the coaches are telling them what they want them to look at. And we'll kind of have a period like over the weekend like I was talking about where it's on us to watch the film and coach expects that of us, especially with what our standard is, and he expects us to watch film. But then when we go back in the week, he's going to point out things that he makes sure like that he thinks you have to see before we play. And that's kind of been a repeating thing, and especially with me, coach will pull me aside. Like I have him for weightlifting class and coach will pull me aside and he'll be like, Patrick, did you see this and stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely a standard. It's a little on us, but coaches definitely put it into the week for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I know I'd like to meet with the quarterbacks, and sometimes it's like, hey, that's the right throw, but maybe that's not the right person to throw the ball to that way. You know that
100%. Yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying? Right
Yes,
throw,
sir.
wrong person. Not nothing wrong with the person, nothing wrong with that individual, but that's just not in their skill set. You're asking them to do something that they're not necessarily to do. So that's something I've done before. So I'm sure you've heard the similar things to that. Like, hey,
Yes,
the
sir.
great throw, wrong person. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so as you study other quarterbacks, who's some quarterbacks that you studied? It could be high school, it could be at pros, college. Who's some quarterbacks that you study and like, hey, I need to model my game or model this piece of my game after them?
Yes, sir. One person that I mean, a lot of people say this guy, but I study a lot of Joe Burrow. I used to just Joe Burrow and Cam Ward. I like to just look at their. Have you ever looked at the behind the view thing that you can look up on YouTube?
Right,
So
right.
yeah. So my brother actually, he's at Memphis right now for tight end. He has this iPad where you can look at any angle of the game basically from that, and it can be from literally any game, any NFL game, any college game. And I like to watch Cam Ward and Joe Burrow just because I like to see their pocket presence because I feel like that's one thing that's so hard. Like probably one of the hardest things to really get comfortable at is at the quarterback position is just getting around people. Like how Cam Ward will just do a random sidearm throw, and I've started to realize on certain plays like I got to do the same thing. But and then just seeing their pocket presence, how poised they are when they're making a move in the pocket, and just like feeling the pressure come up, feel getting up in it or getting out. And I feel like those two guys I definitely have modeled my game after. And then whenever I'm playing a game that I know I'm gonna run the ball a little bit, I'll watch a little Jaden Daniels too.
Get fired up, right?
Yes,
Lower. I
yes,
saw you
sir.
lower the shoulder, and you went about 20 yards. Offensive lineman carrying you. I mean, you're
Yes,
just
sir. Oh, yes,
fighting for
sir.
yards and all that. Man, that was awesome. Like,
Yes,
man,
sir.
you're going for it.
Got to give
Let's talk
props
about.
to the old line.
Yeah, he grabbed you, and you guys are both going. So it's one of those things.
Ethan's my
That was a
dog.
great
Yes,
play.
sir.
Definitely.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what type of leader are you? I mean, are you loud, vocal? I mean, does it change in certain scenarios? I mean, you said you're new to the school, so what type of leadership role have you taken as the season has grown?
Yes, sir. I feel like as the season has grown, I've definitely become a lot more vocal. Like during the season, during the summer, I was still pushing the guys. Obviously, like, hey, you got to do better. You gotta push yourself more. You're not going to your limit and things like that. But now I'm really speaking to the team, and I feel like, especially as the season has gone on, that the team has definitely started to respect that a lot more because we have a standard here. And if you're not doing it, people on this team will get onto you. And it doesn't matter if you're a leader and they're getting onto you or you're a third string. Like it's just a standard, and I love that. And something that I definitely have grown in is just being a vocal leader and getting onto the guys and addressing that. Like our coach loves one thing that Coach Carroll like preaches is just like you talk to your team, and it doesn't matter. The coaches are involved in the team. So if a coach is doing something, I mean, the players will go right to the coach and he'll be like, Coach, I didn't like when you did this. And that's just the standard around here. And that's something that Coach Carroll, the coaches, and just the leaders like Rowe and all the seniors that I mentioned before have definitely helped me, and I definitely gotten a lot more vocal as the season went forward.
Man, it seems like Coach Carroll's runs a great program. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
he's got great guys. I mean, you guys are having a really amazing season. I mean, as you can just tell the success. You can just tell just by your leadership. It sounds like his leadership and all that. Like you guys have the potential to really make some noise. I mean, you really
Yes, sir.
do.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about your toughest moment in football so far. You know, what did it teach you?
Yes, sir. So, when I was at the Villages last year, I played Coco, and they're a powerhouse at their
Sure,
peak.
right.
I had edge rushers in my face, and definitely like just the switch onto Zephyrhills too. I feel like football definitely has humbled me a lot of times, and I feel like one thing it's definitely taught me is just like you always have to be humble through your scenarios. And even going through this really good season things, I'm always staying down, putting my head down, still working because I know that anything we can play a team and if we're not locked in, we're not preparing, we're over our heads, we can get killed. And I mean that's always been my mindset, but now especially even more, it's just like football has definitely taught me a lot of humility and just like no, you're never bigger than the moment, and you're not always going to be like just this guy who can't be touched. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to definitely take away in just life in general, but football has definitely helped me through that a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome how football and life just mirror each other so much, and just
Yes,
the
sir.
lessons football teach. I mean, football's not easy. I mean, the best of us get got right. The best of
Yes,
us
sir.
make interceptions or fumbles or bad plays, and it's just that's like life. Things happen, but you got to kind of like that next play
Yes, sir.
mentality. So that's awesome.
100%.
So let's talk about the you're 2026, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the spotlight's obviously getting big, getting bigger. How's the recruiting process going for you so far? I mean, the numbers are great. The looking at your film is awesome. So how's that process going?
Yes, sir. So I have one Division 1 offer right now from SEMO, Southeast Missouri, and then I have a few JUCO offers. And I've been talking to a lot of FCS schools lately and some FBS like Bryant, Wofford, schools like that. So yeah, the recruiting process definitely been good. I'm just trying to kind of get it over with and find my place, but I feel like that's gonna come, and I trust in the plan that God has for me. So I'm not trying to be too worried. I'm trying to control what I can control, obviously, and I feel like the rest is gonna take care of itself.
Yeah, that's the part we talk about with just life, right? Just one of those things that it's going to happen. You're a
Yes, sir.
college football level player. It's just a matter of getting the right spot and all that because it's going you get the skills there, the talent's there. So I mean,
Yes, sir.
you're doing the work. You still got a lot of season left. I mean, there's a lot of football left to be played and enjoying that. So how do you balance enjoying the rest of your high school career and then thinking about the collegiate level? I mean, I'm sure that weighs on you a little bit.
Yes, sir. It 100% does. And it's funny you mentioned that, like just enjoying the high school career, because my dad tells me that all the time. He's just like I'll have a game where I'll still have a pretty good game, but then I'll just be thinking of this one play, and I'll be talking to my dad on the way home, like, man, I wish I could have done that better, or something like that. And he's like, man, sometimes you just gotta enjoy it, because I mean, it's your last year. You're 7-0 right now, and sometimes you just gotta sit back and enjoy the moment. And I mean, college is all I think about constantly. On Saturdays, that's all I do, just watch college football. On Sundays, it's NFL, but I still try to balance it and enjoy it with my friends for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the right mindset. If say football's not an option, I'm gonna say whenever you hang it up, what else do you want to be? Like, who are you besides outside of the game of football?
Yes, sir. So it's funny you say that. My dream has always been either be a football player or be a football coach. So I don't know. My dad always tells me you got to have your other things, but I would love to one day coach in college if possible. I always admire the guys who are recruiting kids and things like that. And if that didn't work out, I'd probably be like a real estate agent, or maybe I've even thought of being like a sports agent before and going to like go law school so I can be an NFL agent. I heard they make pretty good money, so
Right. So now it's I mean basically thinking all football, but I mean the good thing about you if you ever when you do go to coaching if you do is you got film of yourself. You
yes,
actually
sir.
you've actually done this, right? It's like hey,
Yes, sir.
and you have great film. I mean at the end of the day like this is you show this on, and you just kick back and let the high school kids, when you're a little bit older and watching, or college kids, like, yeah, that's
Yes,
that's
sir.
me right there. Like, you see that throw. So I mean, the tape is there. It's all there.
Yes, sir.
So it
100%.
looks good. It looks good. So talking about the tape. Let's get into the tape real quick. We'll watch a couple minutes of this and
Yes,
just kind of
sir.
walk us through. I'll let you kind of do the play by play on this, and whatever comes to your mind, whatever you want to talk about, then we'll go ahead and talk. I'll just
Perfect.
kind of let you lead the way on this.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. I can.
This is the throw I was talking about, the one where you start throwing it for you, it's even open.
Yes, sir. So this is one of the things I was talking about with Diarra and just his takeaway speed on his deep routes and how I can anticipate him being open. He's a lengthy guy, and when I saw that safety just stop bailing immediately after the play, I was just thinking, man, Diarra is about to burn this dude. So I definitely and the we saw on film all week before this that top left corner just bail but never get inside. So right when I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, we're taking a shot. And this was actually my first throw of the game too.
It was the first throw of the game. Wow, what a way to open up the game.
Yes, sir. I mean, that was my first throw as a Zephyrhills Bulldog, so pretty good way to
Wow,
start the season.
really? There's a lot of
Yes, sir.
backstory to this play here. How'd that feel?
Yes, sir.
First play of
Man,
the new
it felt
school.
great. You can see me running down the sideline. I don't know if I sent it that much on the highlight tape, but man, I was hyped.
I, I like this throw too. And real quick before you, so what I like about this is that you're going to get the corner throw here, but you have a guy open. You have your check down. Your check
Yes,
down's there,
sir.
right? So, but
Yes, sir.
you're thinking you know exactly what you want here. You don't want the 10-yard pass. You're looking for the band to
Yes,
play,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir, 100%. And this is another one of those things, just knowing my personnel. That's a nine on there. And man, that dude has offers from almost everyone in the country. So when I see it, when I see Sanine and I see the breakaway leverage he's about to get on that, then I knew right away where the ball is going.
Yeah, and that's where we talk about like what open looks like. I mean, because right there, I mean, obviously you have this throw right here. You have all this area, but the DB's he's not far off.
Yes, sir.
If it's not a perfect throw, then I mean a little bit lower, a foot lower, and and that could be a pass deflection or something like that.
Yes, sir.
I saw that. I love the mindset on that one. That's all I thought about. I was like, you had your check down was there, but you knew exactly what you wanted.
Yes, sir.
There's another perfect ball right there.
I didn't really know where to put my order. That's something that kind of haunts me sometimes. Just is my highlight tape in the right order? So
Well, one thing I will say, what I like about your highlight tape is it's lengthy enough, especially at the quarterback position. So there's a lot there. So for me, when I want to evaluate a quarterback, it's hard to get whole game films because I
yes,
want to
sir.
see a lot of stuff. But you put so many different things in here, and it's lengthy. And I mean, for me, if I'm evaluating, I want the more film I get, the better. The more different
Yes, sir.
throws, the running, the angles, the really all of it. Just kind of the mentality and just that's a great throw there too on the run. I love that angle. I mean, you put it only where your receiver can catch it.
Yes, sir. This is another angle of it because it didn't look like that long of a throw on the other side.
Right? Yeah, yeah. This is where I was, the little Tony Romo, a little magic there, a little magic in the
Yes,
pocket,
sir.
right? Just moving
Yes,
around, and
sir. Yeah, DR is a big deep ball threat for sure.
there's another one. I mean, this throw. Let me see if I can get it. I mean, your guy he's not even with him yet, and he threw it. That's
Yes, sir.
impressive. I mean, he's not even. Hold on, let me see if I can get it perfect. Hold on, because this is what I like to look at when it comes to like looking at film is the ball's released. The ball's already out. Look at where the look at where the receiver is and look at where the defense. I mean, he's not even 50-50 yet. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
that's a
That's
lot of
that's a
trust.
Yes, sir. That's a big thing that me and my quarterback coach went over actually too. It's a thing called we call it cushion. And if a guy's on a deep ball threat, and especially if you know you got a dog on him, if a guy's on a deep ball threat and he doesn't, if he keeps, my quarterback coach says, if he is 4 steps inside of him, if he's closer than 4 steps, then he's about to get beat deep. That's what he tells me all the time. He's like, if the guy doesn't bail and keep that leverage, that cushion, is what he calls it, the cushion of 4 steps, then you know he's going to beat him deep.
I mean, that's a perfect example. I mean, the ball's already out of your hand. I mean, that's a perfect example. I saw that throw. I was like, that's a big time throw. It really is.
That
I
was
want to
against a
get.
really good team too.
There's another one right over the linebacker's head. A flea flicker. I want to get to the one that's that. There's a little Romo right there. This is the one where they get the lineman grab. That's just the mindset, getting the legs moving, right?
Yes, sir.
Keep those legs moving. I like the vision, looking. You look left, look right, and then you got the wheels to take it off. Do you run track?
Yes, sir. I did. I ran a lot of hundred just to get faster.
I mean, you can see
That
the
was my
speed
big thing.
there. You can definitely see the speed there. We'll sprint out. I like that too. I mean, everything's in rhythm right here. Just in rhythm, in rhythm. I mean, there's double cover. The other guy really wasn't there. That's a good one there too. Everything's just in rhythm, smooth, eyes down the field. I mean, that's just the back shoulder. I mean, it's just a lot of. I mean, it's really good quarterback play. Another one where you're saying the guys. You said there's your 4 steps right there
Yes, sir.
because he wasn't even open. Good movement right there, going to the left, which is not easy for a right-handed quarterback.
Yes, sir. 100%.
And then just the moves there. I mean, you're getting 6. Nice slant there in traffic too. I mean, that's a really good throw there too as well. You got 3 guys around.
That was a very tight window for sure.
Yeah, it was. It was. You had to put that exactly where you want it. No one open, make a play, scramble drill.
My dad, that one cut off. We didn't get that one on film, so I had to use my dad's version.
Right. It's just there's that track speed working on it. Smart, not taking an unnecessary hit if you don't need to. That's the biggest thing, especially when it comes to this. You want to score, you want to get big yards, but taking
Yes, sir.
hits on your throwing arm, throwing shoulder, all those are definitely. There's another one, just little QB power there, little Tim Tebow, right?
Yes, sir.
There's the this is one I was like, man, I really like this throw. I really like this throw right here because I mean, this is where your receiver's always open. Like it just takes good quarterback. Good quarterback, your receiver's always open. Beautiful throw, beautiful throw.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the timing on that is amazing. You can just tell the chemistry there.
100%.
Great chemistry, great throw. And I wonder the more you're under center. I don't know where it is. I don't have to watch it all, but you're under center. Your drops look well. I mean, it's just there's a lot of. I like how your OC he puts you in. I mean, you have great film. You really do. And the play calls, the play designs are all spot on. Very quarterback friendly. I mean, and you execute. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a really great setup. And a lot of times people want to say like, hey, he's under or he's in a lot of shotgun. I never see him under center. And in your highlight, you got some under center stuff, and really just looking at footwork and just all that. So. I mean that's what you want. That's what you want to see because can they do
100%.
stuff under center and just your movement is just amazing. It really is.
I appreciate that very much.
Well, I mean, I could talk hours, and I don't want to take a lot of your time. And this is an awesome discussion. Is there anything else you want to close off with before we close the session?
No, sir. Just big game Friday. Can't wait to execute.
Right from the man himself.
Yes, sir.